Hi, my name is Destiny, and today's video I'm going to be reviewing Married at First Sight season 12 episode 14. Well, I'm going to do like a mini recap and then review and react to it. If you're not watching the show, like I don't know what are you watching on TV? Anyway guys, let's just jump ahead into it because it's a whole lot to talk about in this episode. We're just going to run through the episode and then what happened to each couple in this episode. So first off, let's go to Virginia and Erik. I'm just starting off with them randomly, okay? Virginia and Erik. So the last episode ended when the whole wedding thing ended. So this episode started off for where the couples were already in their hotel rooms and just trying to get to know themselves, okay? So Virginia and Erik, they got into their room. Both of them, they seemed very, very comfortable with each other. They were kissing and touching and all that. They seemed very, very comfortable with each other, and which was good to see. And then the next morning, they woke up. They were still very, very, in fact, more comfortable with each other. And Erik went ahead to tell Virginia about his marriage, his ex-marriage, his divorce and all that. Virginia was a little bit kind of shocked, and I don't know why she was. Erik is 30 something, so Virginia was shocked that Erik could have been married before, but Erik kind of explained the whole dynamic on their on his former marriage, how it was just like a paper marriage, just for his partner to come and live with him on base and all that. So Virginia quickly understood, even though at first she was shocked, but she just understood and moved on. And then, so they went up to meet each other's parents later for brunch. And Erik met up with Virginia's dad and stepmom, and they were just talking. Erik right off went ahead to tell them about his divorce again, which for me, I just feel it's really good that the only thing he seems like is the only thing that can ever come out to hurt him was that divorce, and he's just putting it out front there. I like that about Erik. And then Dad also went on to tell Erik that you can see that she likes being herself, she likes partying, she likes hanging out with her friends. She's 26, so I just feel the dad was just making excuses for her. A 26-year-old woman is not a young woman anymore. You have 40-year-old women that are still partying their lives and all that. But the thing is that when you decide that, oh, you want to get married, you want to raise a family, then you should also prepare yourself for things that comes with that, and knowing that once you choose that lifestyle, it's going to limit your party lifestyle. So if Virginia sat down and said, you know what, I want to get married, then she should be able to grow with and the expectation that comes with being a wife and a mother and all that. So for me, I just felt the father was just trying to make excuses for Virginia party and all that. I'm not saying she should not party, that's who she is, but I just feel like, hey, Virginia met up with Erik's mom, and I don't know if it's Erik's grandmom or Erik's mom's friend, or Erik, I don't know, I don't really know who the other lady is, and also with Erik's niece. And Erik's mom went ahead to tell Virginia that it's really challenging being a pilot's wife because your spouse, your partner will probably be going away for like 4 to 5 days a week. You barely see them and all that. That it takes a toll on the marriage, especially when there's children. But Virginia just quickly cut out, like, you know what, that she feels like she will enjoy it more, being the fact that they're going to be apart, and cherish those very few moments that they will be around. That she personally, she likes our space. I feel it's good for couples to go their separate, like just be apart from each other and come back together and just have that fun moment. But I feel when you're married, when you're married for a while, I personally have been married for 7 years plus now. Sometimes being in the same space, no matter how much you love the person will get on your nerves. So I just feel that spark of being apart and coming together just bring another vibe into a marriage. So I understand what Virginia is saying, but I also understand what the mom was saying. When kids are involved, it's really crazy because you want to share, Mrs. Stop it. You want to share the responsibility together, like, oh, I need you around, the kids need you and all that. So I just feel the dynamic will change with her, like, oh, I don't care. It will change eventually. Erik's mom went ahead to ask Virginia if she is down on having kids. Virginia was like, kids is 50-50 for her. And Erik's mom was like, but definitely for Erik. All right, for me, I just feel, I don't know why the experts would do such match for somebody that is, for a, especially from the woman's side, having a child is 50-50, why for the man is 100%. Because I feel as a person, I feel as a woman, the woman has a more say on whether to have a child or not. So the woman's option is 50-50 and the man is on. I just feel just a little bit, but let's see how it goes. So when they got back and they were just talking generally about what they were, what they talked about their parents, Erik talked about how his concern was the party life that she's in, that him too, he used to party really hard while he was in college and all that, but he had grown it, that he feels that with age she will grow out of it. But she actually agreed that yes, with age she thinks she would definitely grow out of the old party lifestyle, but drinking, she likes drinking. And then next they went on their honeymoon. Their honeymoon this time around was done in Vegas, and I think it's because of the whole virus thing that is going on all over the world. So I think they didn't want to leave the US this time around, and the couples were really excited. When they got to Vegas, immediately they got to the hotel room. Erik wanted to go around and see the room and just tour the room, but Virginia was like, let's pump the champagne. Okay, Erik was like, let's tour the room. She was like, no, let's drink. So Erik also caved in and they opened the drink. So this is where Virginia drinking is, I don't think she does it out of control, but I think like that's like a coping mechanism. She drinks, and also I feel like if she finds Erik solid for her, I feel the drinking will reduce, because I feel that's her own way of coping with things around her, and nobody really knows her story. So I just feel maybe that's her own way of, that's why she drinks the way she drinks. So, but I really don't think she's an alcoholic as people are making it sound. I don't think so. So the next couple is Ellie and Jacob. Ellie and Jacob, I said it in my last review that there's this awkward vibe I get from both of them. I like both of them individually, but as a couple, I just feel they don't vibe. Anyway, so after the wedding, they went back to their room and they just literally just and they went to bed, like as simple as that. And the next morning, Jacob started talking about his diet, how he likes his meats, his all that, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is not the diet. You said that before, we already know that. So talk something else, something deep. You just met this person, there should be a lot of things to talk about, but no, he went on to talk about his diet. And I feel this whole diet food thing is really putting Ellie off gradually, and I feel Ellie is not into Jacob the way Jacob is into her, but it's not because she doesn't like him, but I just feel there's no that attraction yet, that chemistry. There's no chemistry yet, but I think she really likes him as a person, but there's no chemistry there. Ellie met up with Jacob's parents, and Jacob's parents were really in on it, telling Ellie how awkward Jacob is. Jacob is like an old, so even when Jacob was young, they were calling him like 45 and all that. Like Jacob has like an old soul. He loves his 80s and 90s stuff and all that. And basically, I just feel like this is where his parents could have actually marketed him well for Ellie, but they still went on to just be repeating what Jacob would just go all around than talking about like really deep issues. So that was Ellie and Jacob's parents, and then Jacob to Ellie's parents and Ellie's brother. Like I just feel it was so awkward all through. Jacob was just talking about how his house, how he has renovated his house, how he turned his house into a spa. I'm just like, man, everything is just so about you. Even when they were trying to bring in deeper conversation, it always boils down. Like when they asked him, he asked the question about what can you do for Ellie on their honeymoon. They said take her diving or something, and he said, oh, the other time that's my brother. I'm just like, everything doesn't have to be about you. I feel he talks too much about himself. He doesn't ask that deep question. He doesn't strike on the conversation. Like he doesn't strike up the conversation for the conversation to be like a two-way conversation. He just wants to talk. So for me, that's the vibe I got of Jacob in this episode. And they got to Vegas. They were happy and all that. So hey, those were pretty much basic. Then Clara and Ryan. These two are beginning to be like my number two favorite couple of the show so far. those two, they kind of really seem awkward together, but I feel they will like so blend well together. Their wedding night, they both were getting along. They were both literally chatting up like friends and like pals, and I really like that. I like that about couple, and I feel that's how myself and my husband were like. When you see us chat, we shout like my guy, my babe, and all that. So I really like that friendship they both kind of have. They were both very comfortable around each other. I feel Claire. Did I say Claire and Ryan? Oh God, I don't know why I called that now, but Claire and Ryan, they were really chill with each other. They were very comfortable with each other, and I like that. But one thing that I feel like Claire talks a lot like myself. I don't know, I just wish she talks a lot like myself and all that, but they seem very comfortable with each other on their first night. But the next morning, Claire and Ryan, they were talking, and Ryan asked her a question like, if you were to be a movie, or you're asked to describe yourself with a movie, what movie? And she wanted to say, I don't like Breaking Bad. I like when I'm watching a TV show or anything on TV, I have to be rooting for somebody. And I'm just like, that's not the question they asked you, girl. That's not the question. You didn't answer the question anyway. I personally, I like Ryan, because Ryan really asked those really deep questions. And shockingly in this episode, we found that Ryan is a minister's son. Yes, Ryan now pastor Pekin. Yes, he's a pastor's son. And for me, it was really like, it was surprising, not shocking, it was surprising, because he never ever mentioned, like all through oh yes, this is still early, but I never had an idea that he was a minister's son or anything of such. So it was really nice to see that him that is a minister's son, he's not carrying the Jesus on his head or the religion on his head the way our God Chris is doing it. Anyway, we're going to talk about Chris later. Clara also shared a word with him that the thing that scares her the more is the fact that she was a Christian until she got really overwhelmed with it and stopped going to church, and that she doesn't know, like she just worried about how that dynamic, if his family is really so religion and all that. And Ryan was trying to like reassure her that it will be fine, that yes, religion is very important to his family and also to himself, but she'll be fine. Like, Haiti met up with Ryan's parents before they even started doing anything. Ryan's parents said let them pray and all that, and I know that just kind of made Claire kind of uncomfortable. And Claire said that she hasn't really practiced any organized religion for a while now. So Claire asked them, was Ryan neat at growing up? And the mom was like, as a child, you know, it was messy, but growing up as an adult now, he has really got into the space where he cleans up, and his house, his place is really clean and all that. Is a homeowner now, so his place is really clean. And the dad shipped in and said he likes his things in a particular way. I'm just like, okay now. And she was like, am I to worry that she hasn't seen anything yet? And Ryan's mom went on to say like she believes in God, and she has always prayed for a wife for her sons that will love and respect them, and also kind of in the religion settings. I just pray they don't really push it down our throats. They allow her be and allow her to come around. And the fact that she was a practicing Christian some time ago, she could still come around, but I just feel it shouldn't be something that they should press down her throat. They should give her her time. Everybody don't have to go at your own pace and all that. So they went on their honeymoon, still chill, super excited. Ryan seems like a very calculating person, very chill, very serious kind of person, where Claire looks like a very talky person and all over the place kind of person. So I'm really interested to see how those two dynamic will work, but I'm rooting for them seriously. They're my number 2 couple now. Now let's go to my number 1 couple of the show, which is Briana and Vincent. So Briana and Vincent, those two, like these people, like I said before, they remind me of Woody and Amani. They just kick it off straight off. They were both very comfortable with each other. They were both giggling all through the night. They went to bed happy. They woke up the next morning very happy and all that. Like they were both like they got what they asked for. They are happy, and you can actually feel the both of them being very comfortable around each other. So I really like that about them. Like I said in my last episode, these are like my number 1 couple for this season. Like, I love their dynamic so much. Brianna met up with Vincent's family. They told Bri that Vincent is a hard worker. He brings work home. Like, he's a workaholic, literally. Like, he's a workaholic because he runs his own business. He's always working and all that, even weekends. And that another thing is that Vincent has temper. Like, when he gets angry, that she just has to calm him down and all that. So and Brianna kind of pointed out that, yeah, she noticed that because she saw his laptop in his backpack. Like, who does that? But hey, I just feel like Vincent is running his own business, and as a business owner myself, it's really taxing for you. Like, you can't really balance that time of you are not working and you are home. Like, when you are home and you know there are things to be done, you will get it done, like, no matter what time it is. So as a business owner, it's really dicey to be able to catch up that balance and all that. So I just feel Brianna should let him be. He's running his business, especially at this early stage of his business. He's running it, and she should let him be. So then Vincent met up with Brianna's mom and sisters, and the mom pointed out that she is protective about her girls, that that she's not even going to take if any man mess up with her kids, with her daughter and all that. And Vincent was okay. Like, I just feel these two people are just made in heaven. The mom, Brianna's family kind of drove Vincent a little bit, and which I like. They both packed up the next day and went for their honeymoon. And like I said, those two, they can. Oh, while they were on their honeymoon, immediately they got to Vegas for their honeymoon. Vincent got a call that his grandmom had a heart attack and all that, and he was worried, crying like a strong black woman. Brianna was stepped in there to support her man. I really like that. That was so cute, and I just like the way she took it. Like, he was like, he just has to be with his phone all through that. If he has to go, he has to go. That he's so sorry, and she was like, no, like. I really love that. Like, I so love this couple so much. They're like my number one couple. I'm just going to do Paige and Chrissy's own storyline in a different video because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of lesson, there's a lot of reaction, and I don't want this video to be long. I'm talking too long again. So anyway, guys, just click the next video, or the video before this one will be Paige and Chrissy's on what happened in this episode. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this couple down in the comment section. Did you watch the show? Are you watching the show? What do you think about this couple? What are your thoughts about this couple? What are your prediction about this couple? Which couple do you think will stay together, and which couple do you think will get a divorce? So that's about it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.